NBC2, we've invested in the best weather technology, including the area's only live radar. And you have access to that same technology right from your phone with the NBC2 weather app. Track storms with the power of live radar whenever you need it. It's another reason you can count on the NBC2 First Alert Storm Team.
Power up this hurricane season with the NBC2 First Alert Battery Backup. Go to NBC-2.com and click on the banner for a chance to win one today.
If I rule the world.
100,000 of our fans know that you don't? Like us and find out. Facebook.com/NBC2 News.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
Good morning. We have made it to the weekend. It looks like a typical late September weekend here in Southwest Florida. While parts of the country start to cool off, we'll look at that in a minute in the National Weather Check. Our part of Florida is not looking at any cool weather, especially this weekend. Temperatures will start off in the mid to upper 70s, and there will be a lot of humidity out and about. It'll be a little cooler, if you can call it that, by a degree or two in our inland areas. East of I-75, this morning's temperatures between 73 and 75. So we're starting to see a little more pleasant weather in the morning hours, at least, but the afternoons are still hot and humid, and it'll be no different today. The high temperature will hit 90 degrees along the urban corridor, more or less, and the inland communities go up to about 92, maybe a degree or two warmer for some folks this afternoon. Well, rain showers are dying off, of course, overnight. This is a snapshot from earlier with some of that inland rain there. But now, partly cloudy skies start off the morning, and we'll continue with the mostly clear to partly cloudy weather throughout the first part of the day today. Winds should be light, generally out of the north, as we get the direction going a little more this afternoon. 3 o'clock or so, we start to pick up a bit of an onshore wind. You can see the indication of that here, and that's the start of the sea breeze. By 5, storms start to pop up, and by 8 o'clock, we'll certainly have our fair share of storms closer to sunset on Saturday evening. Some of the weather this afternoon/evening could be on the strong side with some very heavy rain and gusty winds and lightning, of course. A quick update on the tropics. Carl's passing by Bermuda this morning. It's a strong tropical storm, or maybe even a hurricane. As it moves away, it'll rapidly move out into the North Atlantic this weekend. Lisa is dead for the most part, and it will continue to be downgraded and become a remnant low. So there's Carl. This is Lisa. Again, the circulation here and the circulation there, right close to Bermuda. There's the effects of that today. Now, down in the deeper Atlantic, you can see right here along the intertropical convergence zone, this is a noticeable tropical wave. Doesn't look like much now, but the computer models are saying this holds intact and moves all the way into the Caribbean as we go through the next week. It'll be at least a week to get across the Atlantic and over here. The models are now saying there could be something spinning up as we go into the first week of October, and we'll be watching that to see if that indeed survives the trip. Otherwise, here's the forecast for you. Southwest Florida's got light winds for the day today, except in the vicinity of thunderstorms, of course. Seas running 1 to 2 feet. And the forecast for Sunday, pretty much like I just gave you for this Saturday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday into next week, we're looking at a nice warm pattern. No significant cool down. Morning lows in the mid-70s, daytime highs around 90, with afternoon showers and thunderstorms right on through the next 7 days.
Thank you for watching NBC2 News Now. I'm Chris Lovingood. An NBC2 Zika alert, 3 new homegrown cases, all in Miami Beach. Officials fear the virus is threatening Florida's biggest industry, tourism. Hotel bookings are down in both Miami and Orlando, and one of the owners of Twin Waters on Captiva says they've also had cancellations. NBC2's anchor Kelly Burns has more.
Florida's billion-dollar cash cow, the tourism industry, is feeling the sting of Zika. $24 billion alone comes from Miami-Dade, where local transmission of Zika started in the state. And worried people are canceling their travel plans. Hotel rooms sold in the Miami Beach area are down more than 2% compared to the same time last year.
We've been monitoring this, as you can imagine, since February.
Visit Florida is not taking the threat lightly.
I think Zika in Miami doesn't help, and is certainly a cause for concern. It's a very it's an issue that is very well known among travelers around the country and around the world.
But the state's tourism agency says they can get through it.
It's a blip. It's important that we not hide from that and make sure that we continue to let people know that this is a challenge, and then continue to support our the government and the local officials and doing everything that they can to get the word out.
A Zika zone in the Wynwood area was cleared this week. Florida has had 92 homegrown cases of Zika, none of them in Southwest Florida.
Kelly Burns reporting. We also learned a company canceled a corporate trip for its employees recently, costing that hotel on the south end of Fort Myers Beach. The company had booked 40 rooms for 2 nights, but later restricted its employees from traveling to Zika-affected areas. Now check these out. The city of Punta Gorda unveiled 2 new signs along the Harbor Walk in Lashley Park. The signs feature photos and facts about the Charlotte Harbor estuary and its mangroves. It's part of a project called Trails That Teach. The goal is to educate visitors about the harbor and keeping it clean.
We have a beautiful jewel of a harbor here, and we all feel strongly about how important it is to protect it. So these interpretive signs are the first in a series of 6.
Volunteers from the Charlotte Harbor Environmental Center will also hold tours along the walk, showing people how to help preserve the harbor. Lee Memorial Health Systems is celebrating quite the milestone, 100 years of service in Southwest Florida. More than 300 workers and volunteers took part in a 33-mile torch run around the county. The runners started out at Lee Memorial, traveled to Cape Coral Hospital, all the way to Gulf Coastal Medical Center, then back to Lee Memorial. All 4 hospitals will get to keep a sister torch in memory of the run. Keep an eye out for this if you live in South Lee County. A 6-foot-long boa constrictor on the loose in San Carlos Park. Sheila, the snake, got away from her owner. She ate 5 days ago, so she's not due to eat again for a while. She's likely won't attack unless she feels threatened. If you do find her, don't approach the snake. Just call the Lee County Sheriff's Office. You're watching NBC2 News now, and remember, for breaking news, weather information, and news online, you can log on 24 hours a day to NBC2.com.
Stay connected, on air, online, and on the go. Everywhere you are, count on NBC2 first.
Today, as we speak, Florida is facing an ecological disaster.
Decades of water mismanagement are having devastating effects.
With each passing day, the treasure we call the Everglades slowly dies. And the Florida that we all know and love slips further and further away.
But there is hope.
There is hope.
Man created these problems, and we can fix them.
We must look at what nature is showing us and listen to what science is telling us.
Restore the flow of clean, fresh water through the river of grass to the Everglades and Florida Bay.
As users of Florida's most valuable resource,
It is our responsibility to fight and protect what we love.
And ensure the future of America's Everglades and our way of life.
We are fishermen.
We are guides.
We are outdoorsmen.
We are captains.
We are captains for clean water.